Don't nut check me. Got me? Speak. Speak. Good boy. What's going on, you guys? The Motorcycle Boss. Now, this time I have a couple things I want to talk about regarding the winterization of motorcycles, or as well as some winterization tips. So let's get into that. Subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new here, my channel is based all on motorcycle mechanics and saving money. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, especially if everyone subscribes that watches this video. And hopefully I'll be able to save you guys some money or give you guys some tips to help you stay safe. All right, so something I noticed was a lot of people will, when I was an independent motorcycle mechanic at the time, I noticed a lot of people in the summer are always like, my battery's dead or my carburetors are completely clogged, I need to get them rebuilt. Those are the two most common issues that I ran into every summer. So I'm gonna show you guys, or at least tell you guys exactly how to avoid those issues if you can. And I'm filming outside for once, getting some natural light. I hope you guys enjoy this. However, I can tell there's a highway that's not that far off and it's a little windy today, so I apologize for the noise in advance, but let's get into those tips. All right, regarding the battery, so the simple solution for that is batteries need to be charged as well as discharged. So in order for you to do that, a lot of people I noticed, they put their batteries on the trickle charger and they let them sit on there all winter. And then summer comes around, their battery's shot. So the way you want to do that, you're gonna put it on the trickle charger, let it charge up to 12.6 volts, and then you're going to unplug it from the trickle charger and let it self-discharge to about 10 volts or so. Maybe 11 volts, just let it discharge a little. Then plug it back into the trickle charger, let it charge back up, and that might take a couple days, it might take a couple weeks, it just depends on the battery. Every bike is different, every battery is different. You can leave it in the bike or you can take it out, it's really up to you. You know, if you want to do that little bit of extra work, it's completely up to you. But that's the cycle you're going to want to repeat all winter. I know it's a little bit of work, and all you need is a multimeter to check the voltage. I'll have one in the description so you guys can take a look at it. It's really cheap and very easy to use. And I'll also put a link in the description showing you how to use it. Very, very simple. Don't be afraid of it. It's really simple. Now, regarding the fuel tank. So another thing I ran into is a lot of people get gummed up carbs, or they have a lot of rust that develops in their gas tank. This solution will solve both of those problems. So what you need to do is you're going to get a fuel stabilizer for one. That's the first thing. Once you get your fuel stabilizer, make sure you add it to an empty fuel tank, then fill it all the way up to the brim. You want to eliminate any air gaps in the fuel tank so that way you don't develop any condensation in it. You're not going to get a lot of water inside your fuel, and you're not going to develop rust inside the fuel tank. Once you get it completely filled up, you want to let the bike run for a few minutes so you can cycle the fuel that has the fuel stabilizer in it throughout the injectors, the carburetor, whichever one you have, the fuel lines, everything. So that way it'll sit longer, hopefully absorb less water than it would have otherwise, and hopefully stay good for longer. So that will address two of your issues, or at least the most common issues. Aside from that, putting the bike up on some stands, and that's about it. There's not a whole lot that you need to do. Throw a cover on it, keep the sun and or dust off of it if it's sitting in the garage. I was doing a couple projects on, where is it? That one, and as well as these two, just touching on them a little bit. This is my girlfriend's bike right there, and this is the new bike that I got, which I posted a few videos on not that long ago, but or a video on, I guess. But those are going to be the main concerns that you need to address. They're pretty easy to address, so it shouldn't take much of your time. Go ahead and look in the video description, and I'll be able to give you guys all the resources you need to make this possible for yourself. And don't worry about it, I'll have the fuel stabilizer that I recommend in there and everything. Now, I know this was a short video, and I really appreciate you guys watching. If you have watched this far so far, please consider subscribing. If I can get everyone to subscribe, everyone that watches this video, if they subscribe, my channel will do so much better, and I'd really appreciate it. Especially during the winter, motorcycle channels don't get the most reputation. They don't get a whole lot of likes, a whole lot of subscribers during this time, because a lot of people aren't riding. So I'm trying to push out this information to you as much as I can, so that way you guys can have a safer ride and a more knowledgeable ride. Hopefully your bikes will last a lot longer and you'll save money in the process. So please consider subscribing. At a minimum, give me a like so that way it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you guys in the next video.